Hey guys, Megan here with Barn Besties. I am on location in sunny California. Where are we? This is called Horsetown, USA.
We are at Nik Knack Ranch in Norco, California, and this is our home.
And who are you?
My name's Kelsea Nataren. I have about 20-something horses here on the property.
Oh, wait a minute. How did you fall in love with horses? When did this love story begin?
I was 7, and my parents signed me up for a summer camp in Chino, believe it or not, when the dairies were still there.
Yeah.
And it was a summer camp. I fell in love, and that turned into another summer camp, which turned into lessons during the week, which turned into, well, I need a horse.
Yes, you do.
All the other barn buddies have horses, and barn besties, everybody's got to have the same thing.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying this 17 hand warm blood.
You did not. You're
yes.
a peanut.
I was tiny. Tiny. He was great. He was the best thing in the world. Took great care of me. And he ended up getting a little bit older and having some issues. So we decided we were going to buy something else. Well, didn't really know much at the time. So bought something that couldn't jump. And that's how I ended up doing dressage.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up in the dressage world. And
that's how we met.
Yes, that's how we met. So yeah, ended up doing that. Fell in love with just riding different horses.
And you were a working student?
I was a working student for a long time. I was a working student for Sarah Lockman for about 6 years, and then I ended up working for David and Elisa Wilson. And it was great watching,
And what did you do? You fed?
So I fed, I did blankets, I got horses ready, I rode horses. A lot of the times we'd have, some rehab stuff, so hand walking, theraplating, that type of stuff. Learned how to do IV shots, IM shots, x-rays, saw a lot of really, really cool stuff that, a lot of people wouldn't get the chance to see. And then I, when I started dressage, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like watching paint dry. I'm being honest.
That's okay.
I'm being honest. But then I started to, have to stand and watch and listen to the lessons and watch the people riding, and I learned that it really was more to it than just sitting there and riding and going around.
In circles.
In circles, right? And so then I fell in love with, the basis of dressage and, teaching them to follow through in their own body and use themselves correctly and, the overall health of the horses and using themselves in that correct manner. And then I decided that I kind of wanted a little something for myself. So I finished college and we bought this place in 2020 and built it up, and 4 horses went to 6 horses, and then 6 horses went to 12 horses. And then
it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. And then now I have boarders and friends, and we have a small breeding facility, operation going on here.
And you teach lessons?
I teach lessons. So I have a lot of kiddos that come over and they ride, and
starting the next generation.
Especially since we have a lot of people that don't show the best side of what we do. So I love having the kids here and watching them grow, especially when they get their first horses and teaching the horses how to do things, to watch the kids learn how to do things. Which is why I started, breeding my own babies and breaking them, because I love watching the progress. It's been one of my favorite things about learning horses was the progression.
And now let's go back. So you went to college.
I did.
What did you study?
So I was actually doing horse ranch management.
Perfect.
And I was going to finish, and they told me I needed to change my major.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
So I ended up going back and going through and thinking about it and the body mechanics and biomechanics of what we do when we're riding it and we're, using our bodies correctly. So I actually went back and I got my AA in kinesiology.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And I plan to go back and transfer over to a different college just so I can get my AA in horse ranch. Because I do want to finish that course, you know. You go through something, you do all the work, and you're like, well, I want to get it done, you know. So it was a bummer that they told me that, but I would have never thought about going and getting my AA in kinesiology. And I loved those courses. They were amazing. It was awesome.
And it helps you to this day?
It does. It does. It does, 100%.
That is awesome. So we are going to take a tour of her farm. We are going to have a whole series of things.
Oh, so much.
All the things. And so make sure you hit the like button. You make some noise. Definitely share. And please hit the subscribe button. Bye, guys.